So first question, and probably the most common question people were asking is, how long is too long for taking the heart from the animal body to hang on the Langendorff? Because for any beginner to find the aorta and hang the heart and put it into the right position, as I described and during last webinars, it's very critical and tricky part. So first you have to carefully identify the aorta, and as showing in this video here, you have to make sure you position them really well and right above really the coronary artery, so your perfuser will going well. So this is a turn out to be challenging. So people would tends to take a little bit longer time as a beginner. So I would suggest don't worry about time. You want to do it as soon as you can, as fast as you can, but do not worry about that. So, practice make perfect, and when you do enough times, you will be able to hand this within 2-3 minutes time or even shorter. I think this is a very critical step. Take all the time you need. Stop worry about time. So I think if you really has a lot of problem and trouble to hang this, perhaps you can also try the method Devote and Matt will talk about last times, and they can provide some comments as well. Matt and Devote, do you have anything to add?
I agree with everything that Ronglih has just said. And a lot of people have, particularly some of the students that I had, were asking me, when should I stop trying to get any successfully isolating cells? And actually, I've seen cells being successfully isolated sometimes even after 10-15 minutes from the heart being excised to being cannulated. So I think therefore Ronglih is right. Focus on the cannulation itself. Forget about the time. The time will improve with practice. So and hopefully that will become second nature in a way.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that as you're training, just once you have the heart, keep going. And maybe it won't work, but you've gone through the process and you've learned something. And the next time it will get quicker, and your isolations will get better. Ronglih, I have one question. I've seen some protocols where people, after removing the heart, they'll put that immediately into a dish of ice cold buffer. And that can sometimes help, apparently, if, for example, the Langendorff apparatus is not right next to where the animal work is being done. Do you recommend this, or have you ever tried it?
Yes, and actually you can put into ice cold or even room temperature buffer. And that's actually, thank you for pointing this out. This is something I actually did not put it as an emphasis on that. I don't mean you take the heart direct from the animal body to the cannula. You generally need to put into the dish with a buffer in there, because you have to identify your aorta in the dish. And so then you can grab it and hang the heart over. So this is actually a great point. Thank you very much to mention it. So definitely the time is important. But what I want to stress is you don't need to worry about that as a beginner. Once you got familiar with it, believe me, you're going to hang this in less than a couple of minutes. But more than 5 minutes, you usually consider too long for any skilled person.